The Business Mentor Talks is vlogged by no other, Armando Butz Bartolome, in cooperation with the Manila Times. It aims to bring to life and recognize entrepreneurs who constantly strive to create a living for the community as well. Listen to the Business Mentor Talks with Butz Bartolome.
Without further ado, let me introduce to you Miss Mabel Amante. How are you, Mabel?
Hi, Sir Boots. I'm okay. How are you po?
Good, good, good. I just want to find out. You started a business in the U.S., Montessori. What is this all about?
So yeah, I started the Montessori preschool here 10 plus years ago because my first job here was a Montessori teacher. Actually, I was a Montessori aide, and then I became a Montessori assistant, and then I became a Montessori teacher. But then you know, ever since I was a kid, I always want to be an entrepreneur. So when I moved here, I got that job. At the back of my head, I always wanted to have my own. And
Hmm.
then after a couple of years, it happened.
So what you claimed became a reality instead, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, tell me
Yeah.
about your journey as starting a business in the U.S. Was that easy?
Oh, at that time, it was very different compared to the what we have now. At that time, marketing itself, we have to do it the traditional way. Like we have to um, send out flyers, leaflets. We have to post on the bulletin board of like grocery stores, like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or something like that. And then we have to mail out flyers. And then sometimes nga, pag nagbibigay ka ng flyers, they don't, hindi pa tinatanggap, di ba? So
Yeah.
parang you feel bad. But then, that's just how it is. You just have to keep moving forward.
So with that kind of journey that you had, and fast forward, what are you now experiencing with your Montessori?
Right now, because it's been, here for a while, I would say it's pretty established already. Now I don't do much marketing anymore because, as I've said, it's kind of established already. So now I get referrals from my previous clients, and then
Hmm.
I get the siblings, and also, yeah, I have a wait list most of the time. So,
Wow.
yes, so luckily, so nagpe-pay off naman nagpe-pay off na yung hirap before. So,
Hmm.
yun.
But as you said, you are very hands-on. How much
Yes.
time do you really devote with your Montessori?
I love working with children eh. I love work. It doesn't feel like work to me. So I'm very hands-on, especially their children, Pag bata, dapat talagang ano ka, focus ka and hands-on ka. So I love what I do, kaya parang hindi siya work. So it's tiring ah. You have to be patient too. Working with children, it's not easy. But if you love what you do, it becomes easy.
Yeah, right, right. I mean, actually, a lot of people would always say that, getting into business is not that, is a passion, something that you love doing, something
Yeah.
that you don't count the hours, but
Yes.
rather you see the progress of your business as it
Mhm.
grows, no?
Like your
So,
baby.
So those are the probably the foundation that you've had when you were a child, and the influence of your parents, and now you are an entrepreneur yourself, caring for children. No? And really, having a preschool is not a joke. You're
Yeah,
dealing with every individuals, no,
every
and
different
the character that you
and
develop
diverse,
actually.
huh? Especially you're in the US, diverse, different nationalities.
Oo nga, paano ba yun?
Uh,
Paano mo hina-handle yung how do you weigh out the balance?
so you learn from them. Iba-iba yung mga national, yung mga kapag uh, Italian, iba kapag Indian, iba kapag American, iba. So, but it just work out.
Believe
Yeah.
ako sa'yo. Believe ako sa'yo. Imagine mo, unlike here, you deal with Filipino children, but there,
Yes.
diverse cultures,
Diverse cultures. Yeah.
very diverse, and you just have to understand each culture where they're coming from, di ba?
Yes.
Ganon.
Yeah.
But during the pandemic, how did you manage the business? Were you
Oh,
up and about with the
oh no, you
Montessori?
know what? Because we are in the Silicon Valley area, so our area is is pretty okay. Um Tuloy-tuloy po kasi parents, they're working from home, they send their children, but we have to do the necessary precautions and stuff like that, the protocols and stuff. Pero tuloy-tuloy po, hindi po ako nagsara. I only closed for 2 weeks. I remember that was when we don't know what's going on. And then
Or the
when they
initial
finally,
stages? Yeah,
yes,
the initial
when they
stages. Oh,
finally ruled out okay, who's the essential workers and stuff like that, then we were allowed to open again.
so that's one essential business that probably
Yes,
people can
essential.
consider, no? Oh, but again, employing teachers and teacher aides. How easy is that for you now?
Oh, that one is kind of tough, especially with the generations right now. They just keep jumping and jumping from one job to another. But you can't hold them too. So you just have to give them the proper training and stuff. And then kaya ako hands on pa rin eh, because they're kids. For me, I don't just allow them they need consistency. You know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
halimbawa may papasok na isang teacher, and then after like 6 months or a year aalis, it's very sad because you create also a bond with the children. So that's
Mm.
why for the parents, as long as I'm there, they're okay.
So your
Yeah.
Montessori is actually where you live actually, or is it separate from
Yeah,
your?
it's in San Mateo area.
Okay. So that's good. But anyway, let's go to another idea. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady is dynamic, and I say dynamic. She doesn't run out of ideas as well as energy. So tell us, what other another business that you put up in the Philippines?
So ito namang yung business naman namin sa Philippines, it's a cleaning service business, professional cleaning service business. It happened because every time we go back to the Philippines, my husband would suffer an allergy attack. So I think that was in 2019. Before going back home, I was already looking for a cleaning service. Um, but then wala akong nakita sa area namin. So I have to get someone from Manila pa. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's a transportation fee and stuff. So it just hit me right away. I said I'm gonna put up a cleaning service in Batangas. So ayun, before we go home, I was already looking for suppliers. I did the research and stuff, and then I was like, when I was doing research, I told myself we cannot be just like the others. We have to be different from them. Like, yes, there was a demand for a cleaning service business, but we have to give superior service, high quality. Kaya ayun, we came up with using plant-based cleaning products. We also have implemented a no time policy sa cleaning service namin, and also we provided additional services like cleaning high ceilings. So medyo naiiba kami sa rest sa ibang cleaning service, which is I think um naging okay naman kasi mas mas nag-cater sa needs ng mga tao.
Okay. So basically, you're able to identify your USP, unique selling proposition. What about now the organization? So the brass tacks, sabi nga natin. Um, living in reality, the business. So how did you organize? How did you organize the business?
Oh, that was a I would admit that was a challenge before. Kasi here I'm not physically there. So but even though I'm here, I was still very hands on. Some of my actually a lot of people are asking me, how do you manage a business abroad? And plus you have other responsibilities here in the US. Plus you have two little children, and I would jokingly tell them I don't sleep anymore. They said they thought I was joking, but it's actually true. I mean, at the beginning of when we were starting this cleaning service business, I hardly sleep because as I was very much involved with the day-to-day operations of the business. But then yung nung lumaki na po, when the business has grown, we identified key people na that so we delegate task na. Although I'm still there overseeing their pero meron na kaming mga staff. Madaming. Uh,
Okay.
so
So
medyo lumaki.
paano nagwo-work tong cleaning business mo ito? Give me a rundown how
Oh,
uh
this is
your
this is
your
also this is also another thing because I'm here, and then we also came up with an innovative model, franchise model for our business. Whereas, an overseas Filipino worker can be actively instead of just an overseas Filipino worker can help their families in the Philippines instead of just providing financial assistance in establishing a business. They can be actively involved. So, actively involved in the day-to-day operations of the business. So, yun yung maganda. Kasi, instead of like, di ba, minsan madami akong naririnig dito yung mga kakilala ko. Oh, I helped my brother or sister put up a business there. And then, after a year or two, makikita nila or malalaman ko na walang nangyari, na hindi nila alam. This one, they're involved ng kung paano patakbuhin yung business. So, yun yung maganda doon.
So para bang nagkaroon ka ng idea, you're able again to identify the second pain point, no? The
Yes,
first
yes,
pain point is actually the professional cleaners. The second
yes.
pain point is, o nga pala, yung mga Filipinos dito sa Amerika,
Mhm.
ano ba ang nangyayaring situation? So you're able to merge that, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh, so yung reality kasi talaga naman, yung mga nasa Pilipinas, hingi ng pera, yung mga overseas naman nating kapatid sa Amerika, padala ng padala, but again, it's not that easy. It's not,
Yes.
you're working hard. I mean, a lot of Filipinos, di ba, nagtatrabaho ng dalawang jobs. Totoo ba yun?
Yes, minsan 3 pa nga.
My God, 3
Mga
jobs. Paano nila na-juggle yung buhay nila?
yeah.
Di ba? So okay, you're able to identify that. Now, how did you manage to convince the Filipinos in the US to invest in this franchise? How did you manage that?
Well, they can see the result naman po eh. So, our main branch where we started, they can see that it's really doing well. And yun na parang naging interested sila, and then they started to be a US partner. So ayun ngayon actually it's very it's masarap pa ngayon 'pag nakakausap ko sila, yung mga kapatid nila dati daw na pinapadalhan na lang nila ng pera, ngayon they manage the business na. And also, hindi na sila umaasa sa padala ng kapatid dito sa Amerika. They actually like working for themselves na, they have a business pa. Plus yung nag-invest na taga-Amerika or taga-ibang bansa, um, ah, meron pa silang ipon doon.
Wow, ang galing, no?
Uh-huh.
Para bang na-address na nabigyan mo ng panibagong pag-asa, 'di ba? Yung mga
Yes.
So, paano ka
But
nagsimula ng
it's
una?
not walk in the park, Sir Boots. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's
That was my
really,
my
yeah.
next question, Mabel. When you started the first one, which is actually a prototype,
Mhm.
uh, who are the people you managed to involve in the
That's
beginning in the first one?
that's crucial because you're not there. You have to have a trustworthy and reliable people on ground because
Mm,
um mahirap 'di ba? You deal with money, unang-una 'di ba? Money minsan nga pag
pera yan.
magkakapatid
Oo.
gas pera. So luckily, my siblings are also part of the company, and you know, they help me with the day-to-day operations of the business.
Oh, okay. Okay. And they understood exactly what your vision is. You're all
Yes,
aligned with it.
yes, we're all aligned.
Uh, oo.
We do Zoom meetings. Technology also bridge the gap. Kaya ngayon you can work anywhere, 'di ba? You can have business everywhere na. So wala nang barrier.
Oo, hindi kagaya nung araw, just imagine years ago before all this technology that we're now using, I don't know how, but one thing that's nice is that you're in the other side of the world
Mhm.
and people inquiring about your franchise from the Philippines, you're immediately able to respond.
Yeah.
Aren't they amazed about how responsive you are?
I remember back in the days when we were starting, I was the one. I was really the kaya sabi ko sa'yo hindi ako natutulog. I was really the one um answering all the inquiries, and napakadaming inquiries kasi I would say isa kami sa mga pioneer, kung puwedeng sabihin gano'n. So,
Ah,
so iba sa kanila 'yun, especially in Batangas parang, "Oh, ano 'to?" And during that time it was pandemic, so people are more concerned with cleanliness. So
mm.
talagang napakadaming inquiries. I would sleep like around 2 a.m. and then wake up again at 4 a.m. because I have to answer those, kung hindi maghahanap sila ng iba, 'di ba? Gano'n ako. Sabi ko, "Kailangan ko sagutin 'to kasi kapag hindi ko sinagot 'to agad baka mawalan na ng gana." You have to fire it, once they inquire, you have to just do it again kasi mawawala na yung interest nila, For me, that's how I
uh
see it.
So para bang lumalabas nito you're the one there, you're the booking agent over there.
Yes, yeah.
You're the one now telling your siblings, eto schedule yung ngayon, eto yung mga
Yeah, I
pupunta
remember
mo,
at
ganun
that time
ba?
I would just give my sister a week of schedule. I did it for like Sir Boots, I did it for like almost a year that I was
Ah,
really doing that. Kasi kahit meron na kaming mga ibang staff, I really wanted to be the one. Kasi sometimes yung diskarte mo on how to answer inquiries, hindi mo naman matuturo yun sa staff, di ba?
correct.
Or so and if you have that, kung paano ka makipag-usap or whatever, parang gusto mo agad mai-close. Kapag ako, at that time, I was thinking parang, kailangan niya muna sigurong mag-observe yung staff on how I answer inquiries para matutunan din niya. Yun. So, I was
Correct,
doing
correct.
that for almost a year. But ngayon, it's getting smooth na. It's smooth
Uh-huh.
na.
But that's those are the lessons that entrepreneurs should never forget.
Yes.
The ability to be hands-on, just like you,
Mhm.
and for you to understand every aspect of the business,
Every
and
aspect.
so that when the second wave of employees come, they're able to grasp exactly what you want, no? And
Yes.
maintaining that kind of impeccable customer service, di ba? So yun ang
Correct.
importante.
Yes.
So where is what is the name of the company again? You didn't mention this.
Clean and
The
green cleaning services.
Clean and Green. Okay.
Yes, and
And
right now
so
we have
where is Clean and Green now? How big is Clean and Green
so
in terms
Clean
of
and Green
growth?
started in Batangas. That's our main branch, and now we have seven branches all over ano lang yon, Luzon, and then hopefully by next year, early next year, we can go to Visayas. Now we can open two branches in Visayas. Hopefully, I mean it's in the works na. So
So
yeah.
are you looking at maintaining this kind of setup where you're there in the US and trying to market it for Filipinos who really want to
Yeah,
have a business?
I mean, who wouldn't want to share a good business venture? But also, we're very picky na rin because a lot of people, they think just because one branch is successful, you'll be successful. They'll be successful too. So
Mm,
they have to understand that they have to put in some work, right? It
yes.
will not just grow and like boom. It's very good. It's the sales are up. So you have to put in the work. So that's what I'm trying to let them know or let them understand.
But I think the most crucial part is that, here is somebody from the US trying to set
Or
up
not
a
just in
clean
the
and
US, not
green.
just in the US, Sir Boots,
No, no,
anywhere.
from the US and trying to set up in the Philippines and establishing the relationship. Sino ba ang nire-recommend mo? Siblings din nila in the
Yeah,
Philippines that you
someone
already
that
have?
they really trust. Someone that they really trust and comfortable with. Because when we were starting, I was telling my friends, we became, my siblings and I became closer because we always talk. We always, oh wow, the client liked us, or the client referred us to someone. So we became really close. Of course, syempre hindi naman maiwasan with business. May mga tampuhan din, may mga hindi hindi nagkakasundo sa mga decisions. But ang maganda naman sa'min, yung away kapatid, gano'n kami, eh. Minsan talaga magsisigawan kami ni ate ko, and then later on, ano nga yung ganyan-ganyan, wala na. We just let
Correct.
go, and then yeah.
So basically, I think the first lesson that you teach the Filipino investors there is how to start the relationship with the Philippines
Big.
siblings or partners, di ba? Kasi
Yeah.
there is a trust, no? There is the
Yes.
trust, especially pera yan, no?
Yes.
Paano nga pala yung arrangement na yun? Paano
But then
bayaran ng customer?
Sir Boots, even though it's money involved, even though I'm here, because I
Yeah.
was the one booking, so I know kung ano yung pinapagawa ng client and kung how much ang
Ah,
services nila. So, darating na lang yun, this client will pay this much, this is the services that you're gonna do, and stuff like. So, I'm aware. It's not that, you're gonna help your sibling magtayo ng negosyo, but like for example, sari-sari store, and you don't really know what's going on, you don't know
yes.
that's coming in and whatever. So, ito, you're really involved. The person abroad, whether it's in US or Asia, Singapore, whatever, um,
Mm.
because you're the one talking to the clients, the potential clients.
Mm. So, what are the criteria that you're looking for a Filipino based abroad that who want to invest and start a franchise in the Philippines? Ano ba yung mga hinahanap mo ngayon?
Ang sa akin lang, gusto ko talaga is una siyempre masipag, and then determination, kailangan yun. And then, kailangan gusto nila, eh. Hindi pwede yung gusto ko dahil para sa kapatid ko or sa whatever. Dapat gusto mo muna, and
Mm?
gusto rin nung kapatid or nung tao sa Pilipinas. Dapat pareho yung gusto for it to work, because as you've said earlier, being an entrepreneur, it requires passion too, right?
Mm. So, but meron namang support ang Philippines Clean and Green, right?
Oh yeah.
Do sa mga partners sa Pilipinas.
Oh, opo. So yung ano, kasi it's we really developed the system. It's really innovative na merong tao sa Pilipinas, yung operations ng sa Pilipinas may tutulong just in case may mga tanong sila. And then dito rin may tutulong rin dito, or kung nasaan man sila, kung nasa abroad sila, may mga tutulong din. I mean, I'm always you can always call.
Parang there's a built-in call center of
Yes.
Clean and Green, right?
Yes.
So, what are your plans actually? That now that you have seen your two businesses, it's all about me, Montessori and Clean and Green. Uh, where does Mabel want to go from there on?
Ay, alam niyo po, may nagtanong sa akin na parang, "So, when do you stop?" Parang ganyan. Aha, but I don't feel like it's work for me. The more, I mean, and also I provide jobs for people. And
Correct.
yeah, especially sa Philippines. My gosh, yung mga staff namin diyan, talagang they're very thankful talaga dahil for Clean and Green, dahil we provide jobs, and I would say we're a good company. We compensate well. And so yun, so parang sabi ko, I don't know. I mean, as long as I can, I would just do something. And then meron pa kaming isang, it's related to Clean and Green too. Abangan nyo. May kasunod pa.
Aha. So para bang meron sequel itong ating interview na ito eh. No, palagay ko
Yes.
masu-surprise na lang naman tayo, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
yeah, but this is something that a lot of Filipinos would want to learn from you. Not because you are there, that a lot of people are mystified that pag nasa Amerika it's like picking apples. And yet here you are, you're not thinking only of yourself, but you're also thinking back home. What can
Yes.
I do? What is it that I can do that, the pain point, that the allergy that your husband is turning around an opportunity. And so
Yeah.
for many, 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 many people who are like him. No? So parang
'Di
gano'n, no?
ba,
Yun ang
ang
doon.
sabi nga po, 'di ba, there was a saying na, if you're thinking of a business, you have to identify a problem and solve it, and
Correct.
that would be a good
Correct.
business venture for you. So, yun. Yun yung nangyari sa Clean and Green.
Oo, pero ang ganda. So, ang ganda ng yan. I'm sure the viewers would want to look at more your website, your Facebook, and also watch and probably read because we will be writing about Clean and Green here in
Oh,
Manila
wow.
Times.
Uh-huh.
And hopefully, you're one of the Filipinos who can bring hope, no, to a lot of Filipinos here in the Philippines and creating jobs, di ba? So,
Yeah.
Mabel, I won't take much of your time, but give me about 5 points that for people like you who are overseas that you can probably advise, whether they are starting a business or whether they are out there struggling and working 2 or 3 jobs. What are the 5 advices that you can give the viewers?
Sir Boots, I can give a lot of pieces of advice, but for me, there's only one trait that you should have. It's in my opinion. It's being resilient. I mean, it's being resilient. Yeah, resilience for me is um is the core trait of entrepreneur or anything, or whatever you've been going through or whatever. So because being resilient, you have to not just you learn from failures, you adapt to change, and it keeps you moving forward towards your goal, whatever your goal is, whether it's a business or be or be a manager or whatever. You just have to bounce back from setbacks or failure, and every time you face challenges, you should never give up and be determined. So for me, it's just being
Right,
resilient.
right, right. And you're able to identify being on the lookout for pain points, no?
Yeah.
Something that can be an opportunity, something that will be sparking your idea,
Yes.
and never give up on that idea, You're
Yes.
able to pursue, you keep on pursuing and pursuing, and here you are manifesting all the rewards, di ba?
Yes. Yes.
Nangyayari.
Oo.
So,
And that as I've said earlier, it's not gonna be easy. It's a journey, but just don't give up and be persistent and determined, and you'll make it
mm,
someday.
siguro one lesson also is that you're able to work closely with your siblings,
Uh-huh.
which
Sure.
I know a lot of Filipinos would say, "Oh, ang hirap katrabaho ng kapatid," But you're able to crack
Yeah.
that combination, no?
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
sometimes mahirap nga, pero you know, it worked naman. It worked out naman.
Correct. So, ang ganda ng buhay na kini-create mo, Mabel. And
Thank you,
so,
sir.
I'd like to thank you for this time, for such an deep insights that you shared, and really, thank you for creating more jobs here in the Philippines and creating hope for Filipino
Thank you,
overseas
sir, for
na they can
inviting me.
invest din pala. Hindi yung kayod ng
Yes.
kayod hanggang maging kuba, di ba? Yung mga
Uh-huh.
ganun, no?
One more
So,
thing, sir. One more
yeah,
thing. For me, the best time, if they want to invest or if they want to build a business, the best time to do it is while they're doing their 9 to 5 job or whatever the job they have, because what they have a salary that they can fund their side hustles or side business, and once their side business is uh making more money than their job, then they can transition transition to being an entrepreneur, di ba? So, hindi
correct,
yung pag-uwi sa Pilipinas, saka ka magsa-start. So, why not start now? Take the risk,
correct.
right?
So,
Yes.
a little money can go a long way. Habang malakas pa, kumikita, wag lang waldas ng
Mhm.
waldas, di ba?
Yes, tama,
Ah,
tama.
Yan ang medyo sakit ng karamihan, no? Pag
Yes.
sale, lalo dyan sa Amerika,
Oh,
yung
yeah.
nakaraang Black Friday. Alam
Thanksgiving
ko,
sale.
Black Friday is no longer queuing in
Yes.
the store physically, but with
Oh, yeah.
online sales, di
Online.
ba?
Yes, tama, Sir
Online
Bruce.
sales, no? So,
Yeah.
amas ng mga gamit. At the same time, later on, wala namang paggamitan. And later on,
Yes.
garage sale. Di ba?
Yes,
So,
oo, tama, tama.
ganda yun. Anyway, Mabel, thank you very much. Keep us in touch
Thank you,
of the
Sir Bruce, for
next
having
sequel
me.
that you are
Ye-
creating.
Yes, I
I would
will.
really want to be the first one to know so that we can
Of
feature you
course.
again in the vlog. Di ba?
Yes.
Right, right. At
Thank you,
saka
Sir
mukhang hiyang
Bruce.
na hiyang ka sa negosyo dahil no wrinkles can be seen, no stress.
Sa lighting lang siguro. Hindi, dapat kasi positive. Dapat hindi mo pinapahalata na ano. Tsaka it will just go. Lahat ng problema nawawala naman yan eh. So why
Correct.
suffer? Wag
Tama.
mong dibdibin. Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much, and I'll see you again